Hi, this is Bruce Buffer, your voice of the Octagon, and you're listening to MMA Mental.
Welcome to episode 2 of MMA Mental's Fight Diaries, which is sponsored by UK Fightwear. We are joined by Paul the Titan Taylor. He is 4 days out from fighting for the title in Sunderland at Made for the Cage. How has your day been today?
Oh, you're right. It's been tiring today. A really hard day, to be honest. Just resting up now from earlier on. So
I know really you've had a hard day, obviously, with your training. Can you tell us what kind of training you've been doing today?
Yeah, pretty much the same as yesterday, really. The shark tanks. But what we've done an initial grapple where there was no rest. It was just a good 40 minutes, 50 minutes. I had a good grapple with Lee Butcher. He's an awesomely strong bloke, and we had a good grapple there. And they got me fatigued before I got into the cage, and then they let them the shark tanks again on me. So it was grueling. I think we've done 8 3-minute swap-arounds, 8 3-minute rounds with different people. And we've done that with no rest in between rounds or anything like that. It's just one person, just follows up the same as yesterday. So
that's a hell of a schedule, especially the 8 3-minute rounds. Do you feel that in a way the training is the hardest part?
Definitely. Get your mind into the training. I mean, the training is grueling here at ISW. It really is that bad. You get nervous. I wake up in the morning sometimes and I'm looking out the front for Darren's car to pull up and the butterflies start coming. I think bloody hell, I would like to go and play what he's got installed for me today. So it definitely is. But that helps you prepare for your fight as well. That's why I'm not really nervous going into a fight, to be honest, because I know that I'm going to be well prepared. I've put my body through everything I could possibly put it through. I've had the best training, best people. So as I say, your mind adjusts with your training. You want to fight towards the end. So that's it, really.
Obviously, your training is a huge part, and another big part would be your diet, of course, being so close to your fight. What's your diet so close to your fight? What have you eaten today, and what foods do you have to avoid?
Right, I try not to have stuff like chocolate and things like that, and things really spike my sugar levels, because I don't want to get my sugar levels up, ready to crash down. I want to keep them sort of on a playing field all day. I don't want to be spiking myself and coming down on that come down that you get when you have a lot of sugars, like off energy drinks and chocolate and things like that. And I just try and generally stay away from any bad foods. I won't have fried food or anything like that. I'll be eating really clean stuff, steamed chicken, vegetables. I keep it really clean, very clean, my diet now. So, and I definitely feel the benefits of that as well. It's good.
Being a heavyweight fighter, do you have to monitor your weight?
You know what? A lot of people, they may look at me from the outside and say, do you really train? Do you have this hard schedule, or are you making it up? But I really have got that hard schedule, and a lot of it is, for me to remain a heavyweight, I have to carry weight. I'm not 17 stone full of muscle. So for me to be ripped, I'd have to drop a weight. This is what I try to explain to people. For me to be ripped, I'd have to drop a weight. I'm not fat because I'm lazy and I don't eat properly and all the rest of it. Even though a lot of people, I can understand. I used to think, I couldn't fight being that fat and stuff like, but for me, I have to carry that weight, otherwise against the fellow heavyweights, weighing 19 stone or whatever, 2 stone heavier than me, I've got no chance if I drop down to 14, 13 stone ripped. So I have to, I don't have to monitor my weight so much, but I do try and eat a lot of good stuff, and you can still put weight on by eating a lot of good stuff, like rice and a lot of chicken, and that's the thing at night as well, protein shakes, help your body recover. So, you know, I do try and keep it clean, even though, you know, people will say you're full of crap. But, you know, obviously I just eat a lot of good stuff, you know, but I do have to remain. You know, and it is a fight sometimes. I mean, I remember the camp, my last fight, I got down to 16 stone, and my coach just said, eat, will ya? Just get some weight in ya. You know, get some food in you, get some calories, because you can't go into your fight, you know, less than 16 stone. It'd be ridiculous to go and fight an 18 stone man. So that's the story about my, you know, about what, you know, people might think, oh, I don't train or whatever, but, you know, I really do. So it's, and I do stick to a good diet as well, believe it or not.
If people have seen you fight, there's no way they can accuse you of not training, because you wouldn't be able to do what you've done if you didn't train properly. But how's your stamina going into the fight?
How's my stamina?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I've always had a bit of a freaky ability to get fit. You know, it's not going to be a problem at all. I mean, I train with, you know, you got Rob Broughton. He's a big guy. He's over 20 stone. I've got you know, a few other 20 stone guys. Darren Morris, in my opinion, one of the best fighters. Well, the best heavyweight in the country right now, and one of the best wrestlers and ground guys in the world. In my opinion, you know, he's awesome. You know, so we've got all these guys. You know, Adam Parks, again, Lee Chadwick, and you know, there's a lot of heavier guys, and you can't get your cardio up the way you really, you know, you need to unless you've got these sort of guys around you. So, you know, because of that, because of the guys that I've got around me, it's excellent. You know, I can keep fighting all day long, and you know, when I've got 16, 17 stone guys on me now, or sets up to 18 stone, I feel like nothing, because I'm so used to these much bigger guys being on me and resting the weight on me. So I don't get tired, to be honest, right? So I'm feeling good.
That's brilliant. Now, I know one of the other things that I think a lot of people overlook is the impact that it has on the people around you. Now, I know you're a family man, you've got a partner, you've got 2 young children. What impact does it have on your family, you're doing what you're doing, being away so much when you're preparing for a fight?
It's hard, Ray. It really is. You know, I've got a son, he's 5 years of age, I've got a daughter, she's 9. I've been in you know, a good solid relationship for 12 years, and suddenly, you know, 4 years ago, I just turn up and say, look, I'm stopping work and I'm starting fighting. But to be honest with you, Ray, you know, I don't want to sound a bit soft or whatever, but you know, I've got like she's a soulmate. You know, she really is my partner. She's backed me from the start. You know, she said, look, if that's what you want to do in life, I'm not going to stop you. You know, I'd rather you be happy. So she's fully supportive. My children, you know, it is hard sometimes. I've got my son ringing, you know, I speak to my son and he's like, when you coming home, Daddy, and I'm missing you, and it is hard, and he plays football, and I've only been to a couple of his matches and things. So that aspect of me not being there is very hard. It's tough on all of us, to be honest, in the family, but, you know, I just have to keep, you know, reinforcing to them that it is, you know, it's worth it what Daddy's doing, you know, it's worth it what I'm doing. Because, you know, hopefully I can give them a better life, and that's the aim. That's what keeps me going, to be honest. So if I get down or whatever, or I can't be asked to train that day, I've got a photo on my iPad where I constantly look at, you know, and I think I'm not going to have a bad day because I'm away from them, and I'm not going to waste one day when I'm away from them. So it's also a good driving force as well for what I'm doing. I mean, my family, so it's good.
I think credit where it's due. If you didn't have the support, especially of your partner, you wouldn't be able to do what you do. And I think a lot of that gets overlooked sometimes.
It does. I mean, the partners, you know, for any serious MMA fights, I want about people that are really committed and your top guys, you know, that are ranked, you know, the highest in the country. You know, they do suffer. You know, people think, you know, people forget that they've got you know, families and stuff like that. You know, and it does impact on them. You know, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realise you finished. Right, no, that's all right. Just want to say, obviously, as always, I've said before to other guests I've had on. I spoke to Craig recently. We've been lucky. We've had you on a few times. It's always a pleasure speaking with you. Obviously, we're due again. This is a countdown. We're 4 days out. We'll be back tomorrow for 3 days out. So obviously, everyone needs to keep a lookout for Paul the Titan Taylor taking home that heavyweight title on Saturday at Made for the Cage in Sunderland.